after 1 year. And you can see there are 14 before, and they have gone down to 5 after the implementation of this protocol. And analyzing each group, the reduction from 7 to 2 in daily follow-up group was close to significant level, but the reduction from 7 to 3 in monthly follow-up group was not statistically significant. When all 27 patients were considered, the baseline mean acute inflammatory episodes per person per year significantly reduced after lymphedema care. Similar reduction was noticed within the groups. When all 27 patients were combined, the baseline mean lymph volume was significantly reduced after lymphedema care. The mean volume in daily follow-up group reduced significantly after 1 year, whereas it slightly increased in monthly follow-up group. However, acute entry lesions, acute inflammatory episodes, lymph volumes were not significantly different between daily follow-up, monthly follow-up groups at the end of this protocol. Photographs were taken from each patient before and after lymphedema management. 20 of 27 paired photographs did not show any visible change. But in all, 5 in daily follow-up group and 1 in monthly follow-up group has showed improvement in the edema size and skin condition. Now, all these photographs from daily follow-up group, they have shown changes of the degree of the lymphedema, and then they have shown massive reduction of lymphedema, and they have shown the skin changes, major skin changes like disappearance of mossy lesions. So here. The mean dermatology life quality index, DLQI score, for all patients reduced significantly from 4.1 to 1.9. By group, the reduction in daily follow-up group was significant, and in monthly follow-up group, it showed tendency of reduction. When compared both the groups at 1 year, there was no significant difference. Average scores under 3 categories of benefits are shown here for daily follow-up group and monthly follow-up groups. Daily follow-up and monthly follow-up groups. Under short-term benefits, a remarkable benefit reported in both groups were reduction or elimination of bad odor. Under long-term benefits, daily follow-up groups show significantly higher score in achieving independence, and rest of the things are highlighted here. So here are our conclusions. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that the visiting patients house by house to introduce lymphedema care program was a success. Patients and their families were highly motivated with our visit to their homes. A significant alleviation of acute inflammatory lesions and entry lesions were observed after 1 year in both monitoring schemes. In long term, daily follow-up scheme was better since it provides significantly higher CAP score on lymphedema management protocol, benefit score, significant reduction of lymph volume, and significant improvement in quality of life compared to that of monthly follow-up group. Thank you.
If there are any questions, I think we have time just for 1 or 2 questions maybe.
Is this thing practiced in Sri Lanka, or you are still introducing or about to introduce? What?
No, this is like the Global Health Program, WHO, they have introduced this to countries' programs in 2000, but our country program, anti-psoriasis campaign, they have introduced this to their patients by 2002, but not in this way. They're waiting for patients to come into their clinics. And then they do practice this, but no follow-up schemes at all. Patient, if they want to come to clinic, they come, otherwise they won't. and we find that only 60%, only 40% has visited such a place in their whole life. 60% they haven't gone to such a place at all.
Now you all have a fluorisis unit in
Yeah, we have a fluorisis unit in our department, and we do take care of patients, and we do follow up in accordingly what I have mentioned here.
So do patients visit happily to you?
There, of course, we do, whenever we recognize severe cases, we do visit their home, and we do follow up, because, you know, if you ask a patient to keep their limb elevated during daytime or during night time, they don't do that. And we found that one patient, I'll give one nice story, and one girl, and in our clinic, we asked her to elevate her limb during sleeping, and I have instructed her to do the thing very nicely. But when we visited her, she doesn't have a bed to sleep. She sleeps on floor, on a mat. So the description I have given in the clinic was not correct. So then I have modified it, and I have asked to elevate her limb properly. So that is how we need to visit them, and we need to evaluate their problems at their homes. That is more friendly environment, and that is the place where we can address all these problems.
Did you provide drugs during your follow-up in addition to this foot care?
No, this is of course developed by Dreyer to, earlier these patients are managed by giving prophylaxis treatment to prevent acute attacks. Right? They were given large number of DZ and penicillin. But just to prevent that only, she has brought out this management, because simply if you do this, you can prevent all these acute attacks and end lesions. And we have seen that. So for the moment, we are not using drugs, but to divulge a new message to you, and our team, we are planning to introduce a new antifilarial regime that is not DZ or penicillin, which we have used so far. It is going to be a new antibiotic which targeting to kill Wolbachia. That is a bacteria which lives as a symbiote inside the filarial worm. So we think that by introducing that drug to manage these patients might give kind of a synergism to this community home-based care.
Thank you, Dr. Yahatugada.
Okay, thank you.